I've seen these situations where they don't want the woman they care about to find somebody else, even if the man is not ready himself. I did a video a while back where I spoke about how many times relationships that I see nowadays turn to possessiveness and control and entitlement, undue expectations placed upon other people. And I kind of had a situation that made me think of that video in the past few days. And I wanted to talk about letting people go for the betterment of their journey and for their own fulfillment. So long story short, a woman that I used to deal with in college, and we've been really close ever since, she got a boyfriend. Now, there was no deception. There was no her leading me on, me expecting something. This was completely her being free to do what she wanted to do. So long story short, since we met, we've had a great relationship, right? The reason I've always appreciated and valued her in my life was because she's genuine. She holds me accountable. She believes in me. She uplifts me. She encourages me. She props me up when I feel down. So we've always had a very, very beautiful relationship, no matter whether we were dating or not. And we were never officially dating. So even in college, I was focused on the next steps, right? My last year at Vanderbilt, I was focused on grad school and trying to figure my life out and getting back into this music thing. And so she knew I could never be all the way there as far as being a partner to her. And I knew I could never be all the way there as far as being a partner to her. So fast forward, we're still real close. We're a few years in now, right? And a conversation we had on multiple occasions was about me being a partner, me being a boyfriend. And she's not the first woman I've had this conversation with, but me personally, I put myself on a 3-year plan. For the next 3 years, I'm going to lock in on a higher level than I ever have before. I've always been focused, always been driven, always been dedicated to going, but I also get weak sometimes. I also slip up a lot, right? So I wanted to say, okay, if I really lock in on the highest level possible for these next 3 years, I wonder how far I can get. No pressure to be anywhere in particular, but I wonder how far I can get. Part of that involved me ridding myself of all these casual relationships and a bunch of women in my life that truly don't serve anything but my carnal urges at the moment, if I'm being completely honest. Anytime we would have these conversations about relationships, I would be upfront about it and say, look, I like you a lot. I would date you if I was in the mode to date right now. I would. I'm not against that. However, I'm not willing to give the time, the investment, the money, the attention, the intention. I'm not willing to give that to somebody else right now because it's all being given to me trying to get what I'm trying to get. I wake up every day and I obsess about this music stuff. I obsess about this YouTube stuff. I obsess about writing my book. I obsess about being in the best shape of my life and staying in the gym and getting busy. I obsess about putting a rec center in my hometown, a dream I've had for years and I have not gotten close to it yet. I obsess about my mom not working anymore. I obsess about being the best man I can possibly be on this earth. I do not obsess about relationships, nor do I even think about relationships. Not right now. I'm 27 and I got somewhere to go. I'm willing to tell you, look, I like you a lot, but please don't wait for me. When I get to where I'm getting, if you're still around, maybe we can make something happen, but I don't want you to put your life on hold for me. I'm not selfish like that. I would much rather see you go and grow and find somebody who's ready now to be what you need. I told her that multiple times. I would date you, I would. But are you obligated to waiting for me? No. You're a great woman, yo. Great women like that, they don't just grow on trees. And any real man of honor and integrity can recognize a great woman when he sees one. A woman that's feminine and soft, you know what I'm saying? Hard worker, support you, be your biggest fan, tell you when you messing up, keep you on your toes, you know what I'm saying? Those kinds of women don't just grow on trees. If I noticed it, a bunch of great men would notice that. So who am I to hold her back from trying to find that if that's what she's looking for right now, that's what she needs on her journey. I want that to happen. So the male ego, a lot of men, I know I've seen these situations where they don't want the woman they care about to find somebody else, even if the man is not ready himself. But how selfish can people be? If you love her like you say, why would you ever try to hold her back from just living her truth and living her most authentic self? So pretty much I texted her a couple days ago. I said, yo, I miss you. Regular text. I miss you. I got love for you. I care for you. And she was like, hey, I miss you too. So I'm like, I bet, let's get dinner. And she replied, knowing the vibe that you and I have, I don't think that'll be a good idea because I'm seeing somebody seriously, finally. And you know what I responded? No saltiness, no bitterness, no resentment, no, how could you do this, how could you, no. I said, you know, I respect that, I'm happy for you. And I put a heart on her message. And that was that. Because I'm happy for her. The next day, I wrote a song called Happy You're Happy because, yo, I truly, and it was so dope because the words flowed out of me because I didn't have to make this stuff up. I was just writing about our entire experience, culminating at this point. Because when I first met her, she didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't have a girl. You know, we were just kicking it. And our whole entire time, we've seen each other grow from me being 23 to 27, 22 to 27, whatever. And we've come so far just as individuals and even together, even though we were never dating officially, but we just had a genuine bond from the jump. And, you know, she could always see who I truly was, even when the world, you know, I'm kind of closed off, I'm secluded. So many times at Vanderbilt or just in general, people would misunderstand who I was because they did not know me. So they'd make assumptions based on what they thought I was like. She always could look me in my eyes and know who I truly was because I could share that with her. Because I knew she wasn't judging. I could tell her my strongest and my weakest points, and she's never gonna look at me differently. So I'm genuinely happy that she's happy. I couldn't believe, when she told me that, yeah, it surprised me. I'm like, oh shoot, because I didn't know that was on the horizon. But the fact that it happened and it was on the horizon is something to celebrate. I always feel like people are for phases. I might have had a video about this too. Most people are for phases. They're not forevers. And that's okay, because I think our job is just to not define so rigidly what a phase has to be. In a different world, if I was already where I want to be in my journey and all of that, and I was to date her, I think we probably could last for a long time because we had that much of a bond. That's not the case. I'm of the mindset that until I build my kingdom, every day I lay a brick for my castle, man. I'm just building my kingdom, right? Every day I'm building my kingdom. I think all men should do that, build their kingdom. And when I make my castle, when I got my moat, I got my dragon to guard me and all of that, I got my soldiers, then I'll think about a queen. I don't want to have to look for a queen or to seek out a queen when I have nowhere for her to lay her head at the moment. I am in grind mode. I'm in hustle mode. Strip my life away of all of these extra things that I did not need. I never partied in the first place, but no partying. I ain't drink like that. No alcohol. I'm cut off the women, staying locked in. I wake up, I go to the gym, I get back, I go to work, I work on my music, work on my videos, work on my book. That's it. I have so many people I'm thinking about. All my guys I lost, guys that's tatted on my body now. All my guys looking at hard time. Right? My mom's still working. My city's still hurting. There's still no rec center in my hometown. There's still opportunities that the kids need out there. And I know I have an opportunity to change that because I made it out. I was lucky I made it out. So all my focus is there. If you a man, bro, if there's a woman in your life that you're not ready to be that kind of man that she desires and really needs, move along and let her go. It's okay. The love does not have to change. But she doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't need to be waiting for you, bro. Don't make nobody wait for you, bro. Just worry about your journey, man. The right kind of women will gravitate when it's time. Worry about your castle, bro. Worry about your kingdom. There's no control in relationships, man. When I say people for phases, her phase and my phase might be coming to an end. And I'm okay with that. I'm content. I can rest in the fact that from day one, it was nothing but love and genuine energy. That was it. There was never judgment. There was never anything crazy. Never an ounce of disrespect between either side or from either side. It was always love. If you watch this video, you know who I'm talking about. Shit, we like this. So salute to you. You're one of my favorite women I've ever known. To this day, I've told you that before, so this ain't gonna be a surprise to you. Fellas, when you lose somebody, when somebody's moving on, when somebody is doing something that's best for them, you gotta celebrate, bro. You have to celebrate. There's no time to be controlling or bitter or mad at her or call her names. For what? Ain't we men of integrity? Aren't we men of honor? Aren't we men of morals and codes and passions? We want to be men that people can look up to. A man that somebody can look up to says, I respect phases when they end. And I find value in every phase, whether a phase is for 3 months or 30 years. I extract as much value as I possibly can to add to my journey and make me a better man on this earth. And this life takes sacrifice. This life that I'm creating, it takes sacrifice. It takes intense sacrifice. I've told multiple women, this isn't the only situation, but I've had multiple women who are interested in dating seriously, and I tell them, look, I'm not there right now, yo. People call it childish. He's scared of commitment. I'm not scared of commitment. I'm committed to this right here. I'm committed. I'm committed to my music career, to my artistic career. I'm committed to being that man, a professional speaker, and becoming this great philanthropist. I'm committed to my legacy, first and foremost. Fellas, are you willing to give up women to get to where you're trying to get? Even when you want to hold on tight, bro, because you know this woman is amazing. If you can't have her in your life in the capacity you desire and still focus on your dreams, you have to drop her, bro. And of course, in an ideal situation, the woman that's in your life is gonna, of course, she's gonna build you up. And this woman in particular, she was supportive. So it's not, she never detracted from what I was trying to do. I know myself. It's more of a self-awareness thing, fellas. You gotta know, look, I know women, that's my weakness. That's my vice. I'm my father's son. I say it all the time. So for me, I know if I got a girl, I'm going to want to do things for her and let's go out and have fun and all types of different events I go to. I'm gonna want to invite her and show her all my art and do all of this stuff, and that's beautiful. But for me, it so easily turns to me wasting time. It so easily turns to me losing focus and distracting myself. I have to get where I'm getting. I'm willing to sacrifice relationships and love right now. Are you willing? And are you willing to respect people's journeys, even when they don't involve you? How big is your ego? How self-centered are you if you can't respect the fact that somebody needs to move on without you and still maintain the same love for them? Because that's what I do. That's what I did. I had the same love for her no matter what. And I think it's beautiful. And I hope that this is her forever person. I would love to see them get to marriage and all of that. And I could have never provided certain things in a relationship that a woman like her deserves and needs and desires. I'm just not that guy right now, especially. So I love it. I'm happy she's happy. And that's kind of what I want to settle on, fellas. If you're trying to get somewhere, bro, understand what might be in your way. Be willing to sacrifice. It's not easy, but you can do it, man. You can do it. You got to keep going. You got to know that what you're going to is so much bigger than whatever you're sacrificing. What you're trying to get to is so much more important, and everything will work itself out when you dedicate yourself to your purpose and your cause, and you continue to spread light as much as you can for as long as you can. That's all I got for y'all, man. Love.